What's up, everybody? We back with another video. Today, we're gonna be talking about Natalie. All right, man, we got Natalie's stats pulled up. So Natalie is a slasher small forward who specializes in layups. She's also decent inside the mid-range area. So first stat we're looking at is three-point shot. She got 50 at base. That's actually not too bad. It's 5 more than someone like Sarah, but I don't think Sarah gets any from her cells. I checked it the other day and she definitely doesn't get any from her cells. So 53 point with her getting probably just a little bit from her cells. It's really not that bad. I've seen Natalie's with 3-point builds and eat us up at the 3-point line. She was basically unstoppable, man. So mid-range, she got 65 at base. Now this is my first time really just paying attention to her stats, but 65 mid-range at base is actually spectacular, man. I think that's even better than someone like Havoc G. So make sure y'all keep that in mind. But that does not mean take those contested mid-range shots with her, because I'm also pretty sure she doesn't get very much from her cells either. But that's going to definitely be on the screen for y'all. So close shot is 66 at base. That's 1 more than her mid-range shot. Now that 65 base mid-range shot, I can't stop thinking about it, man. It is really good at base. But she doesn't have something like enhanced mid-shot like Greta and Camille to make sure she has the disturbance resistance to consistently get those contested mid-range shots into there. But her close shot was 66. That's actually pretty good considering the fact that her kit revolves around getting to the rim as fast as she can and getting those layups off as fast as she can as well through the use of that layup floater, and we'll talk about that when we get to the abilities. So her dunk is 48. Don't dunk with Natalie, man. I know she's a small forward. I know dunking the ball is fun, but if you want to dunk the ball, just pick someone like Ben or Havoc G, slap a dunk build on there, you will do just fine. But all these layup variations that she has, you should definitely focus on doing close shots when you're inside the key. So steal is 35 at base. Highly recommended you just go for the block. Dribble is 35 at base as well. You don't want to dribble too much around the court with Natalie. You want to make sure you got someone on your team that understands they need to pass you the ball once you get close enough to do a layup. So her pass is 40. That's something that could have been just a little bit higher in my opinion, because she also has a layup pass, but I can kind of understand why she only has 40 at base, because she is a small forward and her layup pass will be giving the ball receiver 17% extra accuracy. So that 40 base, she's still going to be giving her teammates a lot of extra accuracy anyway, so make sure y'all keep that in mind. Her speed is 70 at base. I did not know she was this fast, man. I should have looked at these stats a very long time ago, but 70 speed at base is ridiculous on someone like a small forward. I believe that's even faster than someone like Kiang. That's faster than Camille too, I believe. I'm not sure. It might be the same thing as Camille, but 70 speed at base on a small forward will definitely come in handy. So her jump is 44. She has a really low jump stat. I can understand why her jump stat is kind of low, because if her jump stat was like Kiang tier and she also had an enhanced jump, her layup floater would be completely broken because she'll be doing those floaters from way too far away. They'll be impossible to block. So her rebound is low as well. She's not going to be very good at rebounding the ball. Her block is 48. You're going to have to guard your person closer to get those blocks off. And you're also going to have to time it a whole lot faster than someone like a Nikolai. Her power is 38. That's 10 less than her block, man. She is not very good when it comes down to blocking dunks. If you're using someone like a Havoc G, or if you're using someone like a Ben, don't be afraid to dunk on her, man, because she will not be able to stop you. Let's jump to the abilities. All right, we got Natalie's abilities pulled up. So first ability we'll be looking at, I think this is turnaround pass. So let's read it. Make a turn and break forward to quickly connect to other actions. At level 2, dribble time reduced by 10%. Now, I make this comparison a whole lot because I'm not really sure which one is actually better. But Kiang on his rapid dribble move is getting dribble time reduced minus 10. But she's getting the dribble time reduced by 10%. I don't know if it's better to have 20 flat value or a 10% percentage value, but I'm going to go ahead and say 10% faster dribble move is much better than having 2 flat values. So level 3, this skill can be connected after a normal dribble move. Now, I haven't really found many cases where doing this after a regular dribble move will actually come in handy, because a lot of the time they expect me to go into there anyway off of a turnaround pass, and they just end up blocking my floater. So, make sure you're using this to get yourself inside the key really fast. This dribble move cannot be interrupted, so don't be afraid to go through someone with it. So we're not going to look at that just yet. Well, yes, we are. That's not her level 4. So we're looking at the layup floater, man. This is one of the best layup animations in the entire game. Second to the smart layup. So let's read it. Use throws when laying up, not easy to be blocked. At level 2, you're going to get 4% extra accuracy, and at level 3, you're going to get 6% extra accuracy for a total of 10%. You want to make sure you're maxing this out with that 10% extra accuracy. It's going to be very difficult for you to miss this shot, especially when you factor in her good base close shot stat, plus the amount that she's getting from her cells as well. So next, we're looking at screen turnaround. This was exclusive to Nikolai before Natalie was released, but Natalie has it as well. So let's read it. Reduces recovery time after being screened and immune to screening for a short time. At level 2 and 3, you'll gain immunity to screens for an additional 0.5 seconds for a total of 1 second. Make sure you're maxing this out, man. You want to make sure that you can stick to your defender. She has a really good speed stat to stack with this to make sure that she can stay on top of them. So last, and certainly not least, we're looking at the layup pass. So let's read it. Trick the defender into blocking and pass the ball to your teammate when doing a layup. So when you're doing your layup animation, this works really well because she also has a layup floater that they have to try and stop, and they will try to jump up and block that layup pass because they don't really have a choice, because there's a possibility for you to be going for a layup floater, and if they try to block it and you pass to your teammate, that's just free points. So level 2, decreased probability of being intercepted by 5%. At level 3, 2% extra accuracy to the ball receiver. And at level 4, 15% extra accuracy to the ball receiver for a total of 17%. Yes, you need to make sure that you are using this, especially if you've been eating them up with layup floaters the whole game. So we're going to jump into the training area, man. We're going to take a look at we're going to go ahead and go to Street Legend. We're going to take a look at the layup pass, the turnaround pass. We're also going to look at we're not going to be able to look at the turnaround off the screen, but we will be able to look at the floater. So let's jump into that right now. All right, we got Street Legend pulled up. We got our girl Natalie in here. So first ability, we're going to be looking at the layup pass. We're going to go ahead and get inside the key, man. Real smooth. Let's get in there. Layup pass to our Sarah. Free points. It works best when you pass to your center and power forward inside the key with you, unless you have someone on your team that understands you're going to be throwing them those layup passes. Then they can just flash shot that with 17% extra accuracy. A flash shot with 17% extra accuracy is extremely powerful, man, because you're also going to have built-in disturbance resistance into that ability to make sure you get that shot on in there. So next, we're going to be taking a look at the turnaround pass. I just showed y'all a glimpse of it right there when I did my layup pass. But you want to make sure you got your analog pointing toward the rim. And then you're just going to hit your dribble move button. And you're going to turn around, get in there real quick. And then you can go for a layup. It's going to be very difficult for them to block your layup sometimes. Especially if you take a pause before you do your layup floater. They're going to start to get really anxious to try to figure out when you're actually going to try to drop that on them. And then you go ahead and hit them with a layup floater when they least expect it. And you can get some free points. So next, we're going to be talking about the layup floater. So you want to be using this the most. This is probably the most important ability inside of her kit, especially since it's one of the cheesiest abilities in the entire game. There are very few people who are actually capable of blocking this ability, man. I am very stressed out when I go up against the Natalie because it's so hard to block that layup floater, especially the Natalies that actually understand what they're doing. Natalie's like S&M Helios. He's a really good Natalie. You look at a Natalie like FJ, he's also an extremely good Natalie. They will make you think and think and think and wait and wait and wait until they figure out that you're probably not going to expect them to do it at that point in time. They fire that layup floater off and it definitely gets in there, man, with 10% extra accuracy. So I'm going to show y'all the turnaround pass off of a regular dribble move. So there it is right there, man. Snap Ben's ankles in half. I'm sorry, LP, man. I keep doing them dirty. Every time I make a video, I do Ben dirty on here. So Natalie, really good when it comes down to layups, man. You want to make sure if you're using her, you play her mostly inside the key. You're going to want to upgrade some close shot gear. You're also going to want some close shot assist characters because you want to get as much close shot as you can to make sure you get those layups on in there. Now, spamming layup floater, it's a viable strategy, especially when you're inside Diamond 1 and below, because most people, once again, do not understand how to block that ability. But if you're going up against someone and they're able to consistently block your layup floaters, you want to make sure you're switching it up into double pumps. You want to make sure you're switching it up into layup passes. You want to switch it up into regular layups as well, because you want to make sure that they aren't able to actually predict what ability you're going to use next, especially when it comes down to that double pump, man. She's going to lose base accuracy from it, but that just means that your big that's inside the paint with you has a better opportunity to grab that rebound because the big on the other team will try to jump up and block it because they're going to assume you're going for a floater. Make sure you use the double pump, man. I can't stress this enough. I see Natalie's all the time acting like they don't even have the ability unlocked, but I know for a fact they have it unlocked. They're just not using it. Make sure you use it, man. You will definitely win more games with Natalie. That's it. Now catch y'all on the next one.